Good damn afternoon, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again. Happy Monday, if it can be considered happy. Whatever it is, I'm glad you're spending part of it here. Maybe I can help you make it a little bit better. We'll see. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Hope it felt long. I hope it wasn't quick. Isn't that messed up? I remember as a kid, I was like, man, I could swear the weather has a conspiracy against me. Because Monday through Friday, hot, sunny, warm, Saturday, Sunday, overcast, damn near about to rain. Was I the only one who felt that way? Was I the only one who felt like the weather was conspiring against a young Jericho Green? All nice and shit during the week when I can't go out there and play all day. Because when you get home, you got homework, you got chores, you got to eat dinner, bath, all that shit. Saturday, Sunday, 55 degrees, overcast to the ground. Bullshit. What's going on, everybody, in the comment section? Oh, I see your asses. What's up, Hoser, Christian, Lala, HK, Dino Ravage 87. I see everybody. Game Hinge Patriot, Tim, Ghost of Josie Wales, Tristan, Warwick. What's going on? Lord German Husbando, Dirk. I like the name Dirk. You gotta be tough. The name's Dirk. Dirk Stone. It's like a grizzled cop, a grizzled detective. Named Stone. Dirk Stone.
Don't worry here. Dirk Stone is on the case.
Denise, 107. Damn, sorry. Sorry about that. But I'm right behind you. It's 105 here. Hadouk. What's up? Regular, degular, Pud, Fatty. Okay. Names are getting interesting. Renee Fo says, wish it was 55 and overcast here. S. Soledad. Chole. That's what we call Soledad in Salinas. Call it Chole. Chole, Greenfast, Gonza, Polis, Castro, Salas. All that shit. All that shit. Hello, everyone. If I didn't name you, sorry, but I see you. Haley, Jan, Shauna. Kentucky, you guys see when you get Jan Summerford 90 here in Georgia for days in Northeast Georgia. See, when you get over there to east, southeast, actually even in the Midwest, starts pretty much anywhere east of Nevada. Y'all got that damn humidity, and that changes everything. JJ Finnegan, I see you. Minxy Mink 68. The humidity changes everything. Dry heat's that's hot as shit. It's gonna be 105 here. It's 107 in Central Valley, like she said. But that's just dry heat. Humidity is nothing to even speak of here. But down south in the east, fuck. East got swamp nuts all day. Swamp nuts, swamp clam. The pits. You wipe your face as soon as you get the damn paper towel or handkerchief, whatever, off your face. You're already sweating again. No, thank you, humidity. I don't like heat, but if I had to choose, dry heat all day. Ugh. All soggy and shit. You put powder down there, fellas, to dry it up. You can make biscuits. Fuck. Crystal Williams, 109. Oh, my goodness. Get out. Get out. It's too hot in here. Here. Come on, you never work. Oh, man. No, thank you. No, thank you. You definitely win the temperature award today, Crystal Williams. My goodness. All right. Who popped that super chat cherry today? You were very gentle. I appreciate that. If you're going to pop, you're going to be the first super chat, guys. You're going to pop that cherry. You're going to break that financial hymen. Damn it, be gentle. All right. Who was it? I think it was Black Lake last week. Not very gentle, and she was proud of that, and it hurt my feelings. Oh, this guy here. David Hamas, thank you very much for the 50. He says, I'll be visiting California on Friday. Sorry to hear that. Northern California, though. Beautiful there. Keep speaking the truth, brother, from a soon retiring Army vet. Oh, well, thank you, David. Thank you for putting your body and mind on the line for this great country. What few drops of greatness we have left to be squeezed from this fruit we call America. Thank you very much for that. Northern California, I mean, I don't know if you're going to be near the Bay Area. If you are, wear some shoes you don't care about because they're probably going to get dirty. We'll be talking about that filthy, fucked up city today. But Northern California, if you can stay away from the coast and see the beauty of California, I hope you can. But again, if you can't, if you go into the Bay Area, wear some clothes and shoes you don't care about. Jeff Halterman, 105 in Dallas. Damn, Texas. My goodness, Texas ain't fucking around today. Like I've said before, we were driving through Texas when I was like 12 years old. We stopped at a truck stop, and the rearview mirror that's inside attached to the windshield, that shit just fell off. The glue melted. It was all stringy and shit, like mozzarella, and that shit just fell off right on the dashboard. I was like, no, we need to get the hell out of here. We need to get the hell out of Texas, Dad. Let's go. Floor it. Floor it. Get us out of here because it's too damn hot. We have the glue malfunctioning in the vehicle. Get us out of here, please. I was like, oh, shit. Oh, shit. I didn't know it would get that hot to where adhesives would fail. My goodness. I was like, huh? And my uncle, shout out to my Uncle Mark, great man. Everybody needs an uncle like my Uncle Mark. Hold on, let me write something down real quick. I gotta write this shit down so I don't forget. I'm over 40 now. Getting old. But yeah, I wasn't used to that heat coming from California. It never gets hot enough. But my Uncle Mark, he works for the highway department in New Mexico, and they don't start during the summer. They don't even start till like in the evening because the heat affects the chemicals in the asphalt. When they're laying a road or something, it wouldn't even be able to dry. No thanks. That heat's too extreme for me. D Light says, look up JG. You coming in through the roof, D-Light? What do you mean look up? Look up me? JG? I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. 90, who put that? Someone put up 90 in Wisconsin. Peterbilt pilot, 90 in Wisconsin. Yeah, but what's the humidity like? See? Shauna Talby, 113 in Wichita, Texas. When I was in the military at Shepherd Air Force Base, and it went to 2 below zero, same place in the winter. No, that's okay. And really, once you get over 100, what's 100 versus 110? I mean, damn, it's sometimes at a certain point, it just gets so damn hot. Oh, Michelle Hammock says it's 77 in Hastings, Florida, but that's because we had a storm roll through. So yeah, that's another thing. I remember when I was down there in Orlando when I was a kid. It was in August. Every afternoon, about 4:30, thunder, lightning. I mean, it was crazy. Oh, D-Light, you said scroll up. There you go. I'm scrolling. Scrolling till I'm swollen. I don't know why I just said that, but I did. I did. Don't judge me, all right? I said it. I'm scrolling, D-Light. I'm getting my scroll on. I don't see nothing. Sorry, D-Light. I feel. Anyway. Oh, you did it again, huh, David Hamas? You did it again. I said it'd be up in the mountains near the Oregon state line. It's 90 here in Delaware. But see, Delaware's on the East Coast. So you got that humidity sprinkled in there. Well, good for you, man. You're going to be up in the mountains? Yeah, you get to see the evergreen California, the beautiful part of California. Good for you, man. Oh, and I'm going to be talking to you about the ugly side of California. I'm going to be telling you about the underbelly of California today. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Denise, it's over 100. It's just hot as shit. It's like the devil's butthole. Man, I live in devil's butthole, Arizona. That's by far the hottest state. Nevada might have something to say about it, but I think Arizona will win. Sunburnt, hands down. Lord German Husbando, thank you very much. Just putting on my new vanity plates for 5 to 10 minutes outside of my garage and already sweating. That's right. And mosquitoes love me too much. Well, I don't. Well, that's another problem I have. Mosquitoes. I hate mosquitoes. And is there something that works? Because I've done the citronella candles. Bug spray works. But like when you're outside, you want to keep them away. I got 2 citronella candles in them little metal pail, little metal bucket things they come in. They don't do shit. They don't do shit. I don't believe in you citronella candles. And then people are like, oh, what you got to do is put some lemon juice and some I ain't trying to make no fucking potion. Just tell me something I can buy that keeps the damn mosquitoes away. Is that too much to ask? Tammy, 108. That's too much, man. It's too much. Too much, man. Too much. Use Vicks. Yeah, but that shit's intense. I don't want to be crying while I'm outside trying to eat. Brian King B. Falcon, what's up, man? He says it's raining in coastal Carolina. See, but it's like a warm rain. That's cool. Like when I was in Hawaii, it rained. That's the best rainy day you could ever have in Hawaii. It's like taking a shower. Lord German Husbando again, thank you. Says, yeah, I look like I have chicken pox no matter what. You better make sure it ain't monkeypox. Pox is everywhere. They just released 4,100 doses of monkeypox poke juice in San Francisco, New York. Basically, if you don't take part in certain activities, you ain't got to worry about no damn monkeypox. But why would they release it? Why would they send it to San Francisco and New York? What's the number one group that's spreading that shit? Spreading that shit. No pun intended. Guys, let's move on. This is a viewer-funded platform, and I thank you for that. MyGreenGear.com, people. New designs. Brand new on that website. My web store. New ones on the way. This is one of my favorites. I don't know if you can see. It's kind of a big design. It's got the little stick figure dude, and he's humping the JB. Fuck Joe Biden. I love that little stick figure dude humping stuff. I got a few designs like that. JerichoGreen.net, $3.99 a month. Exclusive videos, people. Venmo is Green4Green. Cashapp, $, Jericho Green, the number 1. Super chats. Great examples have been laid out here for you. You see Lord German Husbando there showing you what you do. You read, you send, I read. And P.O. Box 806, Olivehurst, California, 95961-9998, people. And before we get into good gun, and we got a good one today, friends, is inflation wiping you out? Are you cutting back to make ends meet? Food prices have doubled and are going higher. Same with the insane prices at the pump. It's going to get worse all summer long. But you can fight inflation by getting affordable, delicious emergency food that costs far less than store-bought food. You see, this food is freeze-dried and packaged for long-term storage, so it's a whole lot less expensive than fresh or canned food. We recommend My Patriot Supply, America's largest emergency preparedness company. They have an inflation-fighting offer where you can save $150 on their 3-month emergency food kit, a wide variety of delicious meals that give you over 2,000 calories a day. This is a great way to fight inflation while preparing for food shortages. Your kits ship fast and free and arrive in unmarked boxes for your privacy. Go to preparewithjericho.com, say $150 on each 3-month emergency food kit that you need. Do it now. Go to preparewithjericho.com, preparewithjericho.com. Better prepare with me. With me. Remember that? What movie was that? I said emotional content, not anger. Now try again. With me. One of my favorites. I used to watch it all the time. All the time. When this movie, The Last Dragon, I watched it so much, my mom hid the tape from me. And if you have kids, you know how they are. They will watch a movie to the end, all the way through. Watch it. We would rewind it. See, okay, rewind. So I know now it's called skip, but there a long time ago, kids. Let me tell you a story. Who's that sound like? We used to have tapes, videotapes, cassettes, these big bulky things. If you put one in front of a 12-year-old, they wouldn't even know what to do. But we would watch the movie to the end, rewind it to the beginning, and watch it again. My mom got so sick of hearing that shit, she hid the tape from me. I'll never forgive you for that. Anyway, Crystal Williams in one of the hottest damn places on the map. Good gun, good gun. There's a good one today. And you probably heard the story. It's pretty nationwide, but it ended beautifully. It ended beautifully. Yeah, Michelle Hammond. I mean, you watch it. It is a good movie. As a kid, I loved it, but now it's very corny. But I would watch that shit on a weekend probably 3 or 4 times. And I still know the word from beginning to end. I know the movie word for word, beginning to end. I used to watch that shit all the time. Who is the master? Huh? Oh. Anyway, don't get me started. We'll never get to Good Gun. But let's do Good Gun. Then we'll go through our itinerary for the day. And then we're going to get in that ass like a bike with no seat. So, what happened? There was, unfortunately, another mass shooting. I'm so sick of these 2 words. Is that a compound word? I think so. Whatever. Or maybe not. Whatever. Anyway, sick and tired of hearing mass shooting, mass shooting, mass shooting. But there was one at a mall in Indiana. And the suspect, the shooter, whose names I never mention because fuck them. I don't want to give them the notoriety that they look for when they do shit like this. But shooter goes in, kills 3 people, but he was thwarted by a good Samaritan. A guy was at the mall, 22 years old, young man. The shooter was actually 20. So another young man who decided this was a good idea. But this demon goes inside the mall. He walked to the mall. Apparently he doesn't drive. He walks to the mall with 2 rifles and a handgun. He goes inside the mall, and the mall footage, according to that footage, he went inside there, was in the bathroom for like over an hour, came out and started shooting. I don't know if he was trying to talk himself into it or whatever, or waiting for more people to get there. But he went out there into the food court and shot 3 people. And the dead are Pedro Pineda, 56, his wife, 37. Oh, Pedro had him a little tenderoni. Rosa Marian Rivera de Pineda and 30-year-old Victor Gomez. Those were the 3 people who unfortunately had their lives ended by this piece of shit. But there was a good Samaritan there, a 22-year-old man there with his girlfriend. Damn, how impressed was she? You know he got some. And his name is, and it's spelled Elisjsha. Now, is the J silent? Obviously, that's the name probably from another country. I don't know if he is or not, but that name with the J, that threw me off. I even had to look at it a couple times when I was writing it down. But I'm going to say Alicia, even though it's a dude, that's what I'm thinking it's foreign, but it's Elisjsha. I'm sure there's somebody out there who knows how to pronounce that. But his name is Alicia Dickin. And he's the one who shot and killed the piece of shit at the mall. He ended up firing 10 rounds. The shooter only fired 24. Now, and he had over 100 rounds of ammunition. He had multiple magazines, so he was in it for the long haul. He wanted to be in there shooting as many people as he could. Sunday at the mall. Now, I'm going to tell you something that I know. I grew up in, I'd say, predominantly Mexican area. I went to school in a city called Ghost of Gigi Elijah, I don't know, but that's the way it's spelled. Elijsjsha. So, yes, Game Hands Patriot, definitely a hero. So, I grew up, I went to school, junior high school in a town called Castroville, so artichoke capital of the world, and predominantly Mexican, 99% Mexican. High school I went to had to be 80% Mexican. Big ag community there. Salinas, I lived in Salinas for years. So, Central Coast, Watsonville, Castroville, Salinas, all the way down to South County. So the mall there, the main mall there was called Northridge Mall. It was in Salinas. And everybody from the surrounding areas would go to this mall. There was another one in Monterey called Del Monte Mall. But Del Monte Mall was known as the nice mall because that was in Monterey. It was in Monterey, so it was near Carmel and Pacific Grove and all that stuff. It doesn't matter, Rick Zweig, you're here. That's water under the bridge. Focus on the now. Live in the now, man. So Northridge was the mall that everybody else went to. And it had the arcades. Man, the arcades were the shit. They used to give you tokens for every A you got on your report card. Doc Lambo, we're going to get to some of that bullshit too. That's right, Central California. So had the arcades and everything. You used to have KB Toys, Toys R Us, big ass mall. And on Sundays, because it had a large Mexican population, Northridge Mall was cracking. That means everybody was there. You have the dudes in the cowboy boots with the little bent toe like this, and their jeans and their hats and the big old belt buckles, right? And why do all the Mexican songs end like this? All of them. Tell me I'm lying. So anyway, Northridge Mall, that's where everybody was, especially a bunch of Mexican people. And the little girls had on like these big old dresses and shit. So if you're going to a mall, which sounds like it's in a predominantly Mexican area because all of the people he shot were Mexican, I'm assuming, based off what I see, he wanted to cause maximum damage. He went there on a day he knew it would be packed. He knew there'd be a ton of people, and he brought all their ammunition. He didn't expect somebody to be there and stop him. How many people do you think he was going to kill if that good Samaritan wasn't there to put a hot one in his ass? Multiple hot ones. Says he shot 10 times, and then it said that the guy, he was going to crawl back into the bathroom, but ended up collapsing and dying right there. So how many more people would have died had that guy not been there armed and trained and had the balls to do it? Just because you got the gun. Guns don't come with balls. Guns don't come with intestinal fortitude, testicular fortitude. So for him to have the balls, thankfully, to pull his gun and put this monster down. And I don't know how many times he struck the suspect, the shooter, but he shot 10 times. And the shooter, he shot 24 rounds and only hit 3 people. I don't know, maybe he hit a multiple round. He hit each person 8 times. But I'm so glad that young man was there to stop many, many more people from dying. It could have been upwards near 100 people. Maybe you put 1 round in each person with a rifle and in a closed space like that, from that close, that's not hard to do. There could have been 50, 60, 70, 80 bodies stacked up in that mall had that dude not done that. So you damn right, this is most certainly a good example of good gun. When a good person has their gun on them. And I don't care if that dude was carrying his gun, if he didn't even have a CCW or permit for that gun, or is Indiana constitutional carry. But even if it wasn't, even if it's not, even if he was illegally carrying his gun, damn glad that he had it. Because the body count guaranteed would have been much higher if he didn't. If a good citizen wasn't there with a functioning firearm. That's who should be getting the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Not a pink-haired, whiny little bitch. Not somebody who quit. Simone Biles got the Presidential Medal of Freedom, and she quit on her team. She quit in the middle of the Olympics, and she got the Presidential Medal of Freedom. But let's see if Elisha Dickin gets one. Fucking sad. But thank God he was there. I'm sure the people in that mall are glad he's there. Damn all you assholes trying to take our guns away. Stick a microphone in the face of the people who were in that damn mall. See what they think about citizens carrying guns. Marty, thank you. He's a hero. Should get a police department award. Myself and other cops I work with support good guys with guns. Yeah. Police, at their best, even at their best, they are a reactionary force. I'm sure it's very rare for a cop to be on the scene when something serious like that happens. They're called. That's why they have radios and shit, because somebody calls dispatch. Dispatch tells them where to go after the shit has already happened. But if you have somebody there to stop bad things from happening, remember the lady who got her AR-15, that big, black, scary Michael Clark Duncan looking AR-15, and she shot that dude he was about to shoot up a party. It was a graduation and a birthday party. And he was driving too fast through the parking lot. People told him to slow down. He got mad, came back with a gun. Was going to shoot up a party. How many people would have been laid out? But that lady was there with her AR-15 and saved the day. So I'm sure cops and first responders, I'm sure they would love to show up to scenes where there is little to zero body count. Good for that young man. Glad he was there. Black Lake, how are you? Thank you very much. I've got $7 until Thursday on this tight budget. Here's $5. FJB, here's to keeping the hope alive. Hey, Black Lake, you don't have to do that. I appreciate you carving out some space in your budget for me, but you just being in the comment section is enough. But of course, I greatly appreciate every fucking penny. I know what it's like to work hard for money. I know what it's like to not have a lot of money. So if you give some to me, I definitely appreciate it. But yeah, that was our segment of Good Gun. MyGreenGigger.com, JerichoGreen.net, Venmo, GreenforGreen, Cashapp, $, JerichoGreen1, Super Chats. Look how these lovely people do it. See, I said it. Super Chats, boom, another one shows up. Who's it from? Juan Guiter, thank you. Little sugar for Uncle JG, Salty Army. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. But what I was saying about the malls in predominantly Mexican areas, that's just true. That mall be jumping on Sundays. Oh, the accordions. Boy, them every one of those songs got a damn accordion in it. They do the what's called a grito. That kind of shit. Oh, yeah, it's real. I lived it. That was my life. Shout out to Salinas. I'll never live there again, but shout out to Salinas. Throw a grito, fucker. Time. Morelo. Tecate. Oh, yeah. Pacifico. Oh, man, Pacifico's good. Pacifico's good. So, speaking of, so anyway, what are we going to talk about today? We already talked about the shooting at the mall in Indiana. So, picture on the thumbnail for this video and the title, All Hail the Criminal. All of you, you will bend your knee and subjugate yourself to the criminals. They run shit now. You stupid citizens, two things you're good for: generating tax revenue and giving up your shit to the criminals. Okay? Those are the only things you are good at. You're good for right now, Americans. So that picture, BLM, Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter, change that. Anyway, they're a garbage organization. But here's how full of shit they are. So last week sometime, there was a shooting, a police-involved shooting with a young black man. So here we go. He wasn't doing nothing. He was a good guy, never bothered anybody. So he shoots into this woman's apartment. The police are called. There's a standoff. He gets shot and killed. So BLM comes to the site of the shooting in protest, demanding the body cam footage be released by the police department, say his name, blah, 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 right? But the lady whose apartment he shot into, she showed up and had some words for them. We're going to talk about that shit. The San Francisco DA, she replaced, doesn't matter what his name is anymore because he don't got a job. But his mom was one of those, was it Mayday terrorists? Robbed those armored trucks and shit, killed a police officer, no big deal. His mom was one of the getaway drivers. But he got recalled. You know you're a disgusting garbage monster when you get recalled in the city of San Francisco. How sick were you? Well, his replacement, the interim district attorney of San Fran shithole. You know who else was district attorney of San Francisco? She sounds like this. Gah, gah, gah. Anyway, so she has some slutty shoes to fill. But she was sworn in a week ago, and she has hired an all-female executive team. Penises need not apply. Okay? If you got a helmet, she don't want to hear it. Okay, all ladies. Ladies! I wonder, are their periods all synced up? Like, is it the first week of the month? If you're a male, stay away from there. The UPS guy, he just throws the package over the fence. First week of the month. If they get in a room, or if they're all in a room together, do their vaginas glow? All female executive team, fellas, fuck off. Okay? Also, San Francisco, like I mentioned, San Francisco, New York, they just got 4,000 doses of the monkeypox vaccine. Wonder why. And unfortunately, another famous person, any person is sad, but a person of note, remember the former Olympian, she was hit in the face with a 10-inch bolt by a crazy homeless guy who shouldn't have been on the street. Well, Bobby East, he was a NASCAR driver, 37 years old, young man. He was stabbed to death at a gas station last Wednesday in LA. He made the mistake of pumping his gas. And a crazy ass homeless dude who fortunately was shot by the police a little bit after, he stabbed him in the chest while he was pumping his gas, and he died right there. LA. And he was out on parole for armed robbery too. Should you get paroled if you rob somebody, if you're an armed robber? I don't know. But he died, unfortunately. Very sad. Again, young man. So we're going to talk about those things. And a homeless guy. I'll start out by talking about this homeless guy because he holds a special place in my heart. A homeless guy that I had a run-in with this weekend. It was a beautiful thing. I can't wait to share the story with you. Max Bang. That's another cool name. You got a lot of pressure on you, man, once the ladies find out your name. What's your name? Max Bang? Oh, I'm expecting smoke to be coming off of this thing when you're done, buddy. Max Bang. Thanks for the Hamilton. Long live the real American heroes. Yeah, that man is one of them. Young man, 22. Because I don't need to be older and grizzled. I'll handle this shit right now. Thankful for him. And again, no one's more thankful than the people in that damn mall who were potential victims. You think any of them are saying, no, take the guns. Make it harder for them to get guns. Hell no. Lord German Husbando, again, thank you. Is it me or are malls becoming obsolete these days? They are. Then you can see, I think a big one was, Stranger Things. Remember they had the whole season. At the end of the season, they had the big old fight in the mall. There's a lot of abandoned malls and shit that people are refurbishing and using for different things, filming movies. Some of them have businesses in there. But yeah, the malls are a thing of the past. The Amazons and shit of the world have kind of made malls passe, which sucks because malls are, man, here's one word, okay? I don't care where you were in the country, East Coast, West Coast, Midwest, down south, up north. I don't give a damn. Here's one word that we all knew from the malls back in the day. Sbarros. I'm done. You know what that is. If you know, you know. And if you don't, you missed out. Sbarros. That's it. DJ John T. Thank you very much. Broda. He says, hi, Jericho. Much love from Sweden. Sweden. I can only afford $5 today, but it's worth it. I'm loving your streams every day. Good damn evening, Americans. Yes, shout out to you all. Thank you very much, DJ John T. I don't care where you are. As long as you're here with me, I appreciate it. You can sit. And it says 50, but that's $5 in Swedish money. What's Swedish money called? Bergen-Fergens. Just fucking with you. Orange Julius. Yeah, okay. Orange Julius. Hot dog on a stick. Hotep cracker. What did you say? Trash pizza? Let me highlight this blasphemy. Now, I'm not saying that this was quality Italian cuisine. I'm not saying someone's mom wearing a floral pattern muumuu was back there, a massaging your meat, the ball, and you got to talk it through the salsa. I'm not saying all that. I'm just saying if you went to the mall, you knew about Sbarros. And they had all kinds of shit, lasagna and all this stuff. All they ever had was the pizza. And the pizza was good. Come on, it wasn't trash. It wasn't trash. Now, I don't know if you're Italian Hotep cracker, but don't look at it through the prism of some, Italian person in your family who made it from scratch. I mean, it's not going to compare to that. But you at the mall, you got to get some Sbarros. David Hamas, man. Again, thank you. If Kamala Harris slapped her stomach and made those noises, I'd die laughing on the spot. Gah, 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 gah. She probably does. That's probably how people who speak a foreign language, like they speak English out in public when they get home, but when they get home, they only speak their native tongue. That's what she talks at home. As soon as she walks in, she kicks off her feet, takes off her bra, and just that's all she talks at home. That woman is disgusting. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. You can't, because she is. Hold on a second. Boom. Billy Painter. Bad Billy. What's up, man? Says, I have some funny news for you. I posted this link on Twitter with hashtag Black Lives Matter, and someone from BLM who thinks you are on their side retweeted. No, they're very sorely mistaken. I do not support that horse shit. But anyway, let's get in it, guys. Let's get in that ass like a bike with no seat. So, hold on. Let me cold water. So yeah, I'll start by telling you about, all right, I'll save this one for the end. We'll end on a good note. End on a happy note, or funny note. Give you a little chuckle. Hold on a second. Lord German Husbando, thank you. Malls were the tits back in the day. Yes, Sbarro. See? Man, malls just dropped me off. Your parents dropped you off in the front at the mall. Man, malls were the shit. That's where all the kids were hanging out. And all the boys, arcade. It was called Aladdin's Castle. They had everything. So this weekend, Saturday, I'm driving into this town called Marysville. And if you look up in the dictionary, if you look up methamphetamine, there's a map that tells you how to get to Marysville. It's right next to a city. No, it's in a county. Is it in the county? It's either in the county or right, like adjacent to a county that is number 2 for car theft in America. So methamphetamine, stolen shit. GS, you're a leftist if you hate Sbarro. So yeah, a lot of homeless people, and when I see that shit, I think, and they're out like on public streets. There'll be like a 30-foot section of the sidewalk that you can't use because there's a bunch of shopping carts lined up or a bunch of deranged junkies milling around said shopping carts. And it pisses me off because my tax money goes to that section of the sidewalk that I can't walk on. My tax money goes to the lake there that I can't walk around because of the homeless people and the filth. So when I'm paying money for shit and I get no return on it, it makes me upset. So why are these people allowed to take over and inhabit parts of public that we pay for and we can't use? I shouldn't not be able to go to a park because there's too many homeless people there. Then give me some of my tax money back. I'm paying for a place that I can't go into. Imagine paying rent on an apartment that you're not allowed to go into, but I'm paying for it. I'm making everything in there possible. Sir, you can't come in here. Miss, you can't come in here. But it's my money that's paying for it. I know you can't come in. It's too dangerous. That shit pisses me off. So, and of course, this was near a Walmart. So I'm at a light. And then another thing that was weird is this is the first time something like this has happened to me in front of my wife and kids. My wife's sitting in the passenger seat. My kids are in the back. My kids, they weren't even looking. They don't know what's up. But my wife did. So I'm sitting there at the intersection, at the red light, waiting to make a left. And off to the side, what do you see, as you do oftentimes, homeless dude coming this way. This homeless guy was doing something special. I look over. He's a younger white guy. You can't really tell because drugs, age their face, age their body. But white guy, tall, skinny, bunch of tattoos all over him, probably some prison shit. And he starts going like this. He starts going like this. He starts getting his sig highland. He's sigging and he's highland, right? And he's coming across. He's coming in the crosswalk, going in front of my vehicle. I'm looking over at him and I'm just staring at him. And he's walking by, and he's sigging and highland, and he stops doing it right before he gets in front of my vehicle. I don't know if he thought I was going to hit the gas and run his bitch ass over or what. But when he gets in front of my vehicle, he starts staring at me. And he's just staring at me, and I'm staring at him. I'm not worried about shit. You try to come over here in my truck, I'm going to fucking run you over. So I'm not worried about nothing. So he's staring at me, and then when he starts getting to the other side, and he starts smiling and like laughing and shit. And it was just weird. And I looked at my wife, and I told her, I said, this week, because it was on a Saturday, I said, this week, I'm getting my CCW. I said, because if that dude were to approach me in a parking lot or something, or what if I wasn't sitting in my truck? What would I have done? Would you try to hurt me or assault me or some shit like that? Because the days of tussling and fighting, that shit's over. I can't take that chance. What if I get rendered unconscious? What if he knocks me out? Then who's going to protect my family? Or what if he knocks me down and decides to start stomping on my head or something? I can't take that chance. I'm not going to take that chance. Now, obviously, there's something wrong with that dude. Something's wrong with him. He looked nuts. His hair was all down in front of his face, all greasy, unwashed. He probably smelled like a sack full of assholes. So, or even if he was, I'm sure something was wrong with this dude. Well, let's just say in a land far, far away, there wasn't. And some people say, see, Jericho, I told you, America's racist. Well, let me give you this story. A couple of years ago, when I lived on the coast in Monterey, when I worked in Monterey, they had there was a university there. There's a bunch of military installations, but there was a university there. And they're just pumping out soft handshake, green-haired, granola-headed dirt fuckers, right? Patriarchy, and I got a degree in global studies, all this bullshit. So this is supposed to be the accepting part. These are the most progressive, liberal, and accepting people, right? So tell me why I saw a guy walking over a bridge. There's this place there called Lake El Estero, right by Dennis the Menace Park. And he's walking over the bridge, and he has a freshly shaved head, like with a razor, a freshly bicked head, and a big old swastika tattooed on the side of his head. So, yeah, exactly. Concussed, Fort Ord. You're exactly right. 10 minutes away from Fort Ord. So that was supposed to be a safe space for people of color, right? This is where all the liberals are. This is where all the Bernie and the Biden supporters live. This is where all the Democrats are. I'm supposed to be safe there. So you mean to tell me I was safe around a dude with a swastika on his head? So I don't want to hear that shit. They're just racist people in America. And how racist was this dude? Because the same dude with the swastika, I told a buddy of mine, shout out to my man Skip, he's a black dude. I told him about it. He said that same dude asked him for a cigarette. So was he able to put his racism on pause to ask a black man for a cigarette, or is nicotine that damn strong? That nicotine cut through his racism and made him ask a black man for a cigarette. And you know what? My man Skip gave it to him. Probably blew that dude's mind. But yeah, homeless dude was sigging and hiling across the intersection right in front of my truck. So that's it. That's it. As soon as I'm done here, I'm going to, I don't know if you have to make an appointment or whatever, but I'm going to book a class, get a class, go to a class, set up a class, whatever, for my concealed carry. That's it. I would be a fool not to. What more examples do I need to see before I do it? And people, hold on a second, let me get through this real quick to this super. Thank you, VSA or VSA. Thank you very much. Kamala Sansfield sang it. No, you did not, VSA. Kamala Sansfield sang it. Been around the world and God, I can't find the border. Love the content. I was born in Fort Ord and raised in Marina, Fogtown. You know what's up. Marina, Seaside, Marina, aka Fogtown, because it's always fog there. I don't give a damn what day it is. I don't care what the temperatures are around it. Marina is going to have some fog. Marina, Castroville, all that shit. You know what I'm talking about, VSA. Thank you very much. That was fucking hilarious. And if you guys don't know who Lisa Stansfield is, you need to check that out. It'll make it that much funnier. But thank you for that. Yeah, she's from the 831. She knows everything I'm saying is true. Everything. And Josh Johnson, thank you very much for the twomp. And from that, I kind of want to piggyback off of that, talking about California. California, this falsehood that California is the land of milk and honey and it's welcoming to everybody. And, you know, racism just didn't make it out to California. You know what I mean? That California they were just able to stop it. California didn't fall for the okie doke. Hold on one second before I finish that point. Shrek 5 Ever. I'm not saying that guy wasn't attacking or anything like that. And I'm not saying he was a white supremacist. He probably wasn't. Who knows? The dude was nuttier than squirrel shit. He was crazy. Maybe he's not a real one. But I have to assume that the other guy who had the swastika tattooed on the side of his head, like the whole side of his head, I got to take him at his word and believe that he is a white supremacist. But he wasn't attacking anybody. He was just looking for a cigarette. But this falsehood that California is this nice place and people here are nicer, and you're not going to see that kind of stuff in California. The South is where you find racism. That's all bullshit. That is gone. California needs to shed that because that's no longer part of who they are. That's no longer part of our personality, dude. Yeah, man, come out to California, bro, catch some waves and eat some avocado. No. Come out to California if you want to get stabbed, robbed, and step in homeless shit. Don't wear flip-flops or go barefooted in California unless you want to see human shit come squeezing up between your toes like one of those Play-Doh spaghetti factories. Don't believe the hype. California is filthy, violent, and fucked up. It's overpriced, it's on fire, and it smells like patchouli oil and homeless piss. No longer is California the great state, the golden state. It's the golden shower state. That gold has turned into piss. Fuck California. California sucks. We're going to go out to California and get away from it all. No, you're not. You're either going to come here, witness a smash and grab, you're going to get hit in the head, stabbed. California absolutely sucks. And how Gavin Newsom can fix his mouth to talk about running for president? Do you guys want the rest of this country to be California? What, you think he can't fuck it up in 4 years? Look what this feeble old bastard's done to us in a year and a half. Man, please. You see what our grandpa in chief has done in a year and a half? Hey, this isn't the mall. Dance to the music. Come on. What do you think Gavin Newsom will do? He will turn this entire country into downtown San Francisco. Don't forget, Gavin Bang Your Wife Newsom was the mayor of San Francisco before he became governor. Don't forget that. His fingerprints are all over San Fran shithole. Don't believe that bullshit. Don't think you're going to come out to California and see something new. Now, as far as the geography and topography and all the other ographies, yes, it's beautiful. Beautiful beaches. Lake Shasta, Bass Lake. You got the Tahoe, all that shit. California's beautiful. We got deserts to mountains. But if you're not here to see nature, don't come here. And the feeling you get when you are, it's like when something happens and just like knocks you back down to earth. That disappointed feeling you have, like, man, I thought we were past this. I didn't have that feeling this time when the homeless dude was doing his little Sig Heil shit. I was just like, that's it. I'm going to do something to protect myself and my family against this because it doesn't look like it's getting any better. There are going to be a lot more of those Bobby East situations and those Kim Glass situations going on. And I got to be ready. Now, another thing I got to get, the gun insurance? So in case you do have to shoot somebody, because I do live in a liberal shithole like San Francisco, you could possibly go to jail or they take all your shit. But don't believe the hype. California's fucked. And speaking of Bobby East, he was that NASCAR driver who was stabbed to death by a psycho homeless person. And he looked psycho. Tattoos all over his face and his neck and his eyes and his head, all covered in tats. Textbook crazy looking bastard. And he was out on parole for armed robbery. Now, if you're willing to threaten somebody with an object, a knife, a gun, a stick, or whatever, you're willing to strike fear in them to steal their belongings, you don't get to come out anymore. A lifelong sentence doesn't have to be reserved for murder or rape or something like that. There are many things you should get a life sentence for. And this dude, he wasn't some young, wayward youth. The dude was 27 years old. So if you're a grown fucking man or a grown woman and you rob somebody, you're convicted of armed robbery. You don't get to come out anymore. Oh, what if they were just robbing him because they didn't have any food, man? They couldn't eat. Shut the fuck up. You ever been behind a restaurant? You ever see those things where people go through and take the food out of trash? How much good food is in there? And if you're to the point where you're willing to rob another person for food, you're too proud and you're too good to dig around in some restaurant trash? Well, you're not that hungry yet. Ain't nobody starving. If you're starving in America, it's for two reasons. You want to, or you got fucked up parents. You're a kid and you got some sorry ass garbage parents. Nobody's starving in America. Our poor are obese. Ain't nobody in sub-Saharan Africa talking about, oh shit, I am poor. Somebody give me a toothpick. I got to unbutton the top button. Ain't nobody starving in America. Nobody's starving in a place where they give out free food. There are places around here that got more food than people that need it. These food banks, they're hitting people, hey, you want some food? Shit, yeah, I guess. Because they ain't got enough people to take it. So I don't want to hear that bullshit. But this psycho who was out on parole for armed robbery. Anyone out there ever been robbed? You ever had a knife or something pulled on you and somebody takes your shit? That feeling you have, you can't be roaming around in society giving that feeling to people. That motherfucker should have been locked up, but he's out. And Bobby East was at a 76 gas station about around 5-something in the evening on a Wednesday. What's more innocent than 5:30 on a Wednesday pumping your gas? And this dude comes up to him and stabbed him in his chest, and he died right there. And this dude takes off. He's at a motel or apartment or something. Gets in a shootout with the police and he dies. Too quick, too painless. But fortunately, he's gone. He won't be able to terrorize and murder anybody else. Because Lord knows he probably would have got out. With George Gascon, he probably would have got out. It's not his fault. But he got stabbed by that dude. And he also shot a police canine. That was messed up, but he didn't die. They lived. But armed robbery, am I wrong? Should that not be a life sentence? Are there varying degrees of armed robbery? I know sometimes, like, oh, if you pick up a fucking somebody has an ice cream cone, yeah, give me your money. That's not the same as a knife or a gun. I understand that. But if you rob somebody, if you arm yourself and rob somebody, you strike fear in them and take their stuff, we're done with you in society. Why do we need to have you? You've proven that you don't care about other human beings and you don't care about your freedom. Freedom is paramount. I couldn't imagine going to jail for what? For robbing somebody? No, I'm cool. I'm cool. Too many damn jobs out there. Don't they have pride, dignity? Yeah, these obsolete words that used to mean something. I don't know. I think people that do that kind of shit, you don't deserve to be out in society. You don't deserve rehabilitation. Sorry. You're an adult and you're still doing that, you're broken. Remember, not too long ago, if you're a clumsy horse, that could get you killed. Break your leg, boom! But these fools get to go roam throughout society terrorizing people. And in some cases, killing them. 37 years old, gone. Why? Yeah, exactly, Brian B. Falcon. Don't come over here trying to steal. I'm going to pop 5 in your ass. That's right. But you come from a free state, Brian. You come from a free state where you're allowed to protect yourself. Friends, is inflation wiping you out? Are you cutting back to make ends meet? Same with the insane prices at the pump. It's going to be worse all summer long. But you can fight inflation by getting affordable, delicious emergency food that costs far less than store-bought food. You see, the food is freeze-dried and packaged for long-term storage, so it's a whole lot less expensive than fresh or canned food. We recommend My Patriot Supply, America's largest emergency preparedness company. They have an inflation-fighting offer where you can save $150 on their 3-month emergency food kit with a wide variety of delicious meals that give you over 2,000 calories a day. This is a great way to fight inflation while preparing for the food shortages. Your kit ship fast and free and arrive in unmarked boxes for your privacy. Go to preparewithjericho.com, save $150 on each 3-month emergency food kit that you need. Do it now, preparewithjericho.com. That is preparewithjericho.com. Thank you very much, peoples. Everybody making this a robust comment section. Thank you very much. Spot 2024. No, you cannot fix that. Everybody cannot be fixed and rehabilitated and helped. You look at these companies, you ever buy something and you see it's still connected, they didn't tear it apart. One slit through. Sometimes some things are bad. You can't fix them, got to toss them. Oh, wow. Susan Wojcicki, CEO of YouTube. Well, if you're the CEO of YouTube, I have some questions for you. Super Noric 23. Whoop, whoop, my brother. Hey, thank you very much. Susan, I appreciate that. All the way from
the UK.
Good looking out. Good looking out. That's right, Ron Baker. It's a
vibe. You ladies think you're ladies. You're wrong. It's just a vibe.
Oh, man. Oh, here's something I was thinking about. I was thinking if I should remodel my studio. Now, this is kind of, when you do something for the first time and you do it for a while, you learn, I want to do this different. I don't like the way that looks. I want to do this different. So I was thinking about that. Remodeling my studio, but I don't want it to be like the ones you see with the LED lights, like the blue strip of lights and shit. I don't know. Just thinking, just spitballing. Now let's move on to this crazy shit. Speaking of San Fran shithole and sorry ass California, the new DA, she hired an all-female staff. Yes, queen. I am woman, hear me roar. So they're all burning their bras and shit. And she has all female executive staff. So she comes in. DJ John T, green screen. I don't know. I do like my,
I like a not so fancy vibe. Ooh.
I don't want to get too crazy and start with the stories and clicking here and it's part of it. I don't know. I don't want to do that. I kind of like the low key thing I got going here. But all ladies, so dicks, stay out. And I was looking at all their names and I start looking into them and looking them up and everything. And one thing that I found in common with all of them, even you change your name to the Plebminator. Good one, David. I know you can do a lot with the green screen, DJ John T. You can do everything with the green screen. I don't know. Just floating some ideas. Yeah, lava lamp. Yeah, Tracy Roberts. Let me get a lava lamp. RA Ripperverse. I see his thing. I like his setup. That might be more the way I want to go. Not the whole LED light thing, but something different. So I start looking into these women, and even the DA herself, all the way down through her female executive staff. They've all been in San Francisco for a long time. She started in 2014. What's her name? Nancy Tung, I think her name is. She's like the chief executive assistant DA, some bullshit. But they've all been there for a long time. They're all part of the machine. They're all part of what made San Francisco so fucked up. But now you guys have ascended to the heights of law enforcement in San Francisco, and now you're going to fix the problems in San Francisco? Now you're going to do something about it? Just like when Biden's dumbass. You were in the White House for 8 years with, what's her name? Now you're going to do something? If you don't do the little shit right, you're not going to do the big shit right. They have all been there and sat back and watched and probably had a part in what San Francisco is today. But now that you're in the district attorney's office, you're going to turn over a new leaf. Now we're going to get tough on crime. And she sounded, what's her name? Jenkins, the new district attorney or acting district attorney. Jenkins. She sounded good. She said, we're going to get where the people who need rehabilitation or maybe a lighter sentence, it's not going to be a silver bullet, one size fits all kind of district or in law enforcement that she's going to enact. She wants to take a case by case basis and look at people's individual criminal histories and give people rehabilitation who want it. And those who are they're repeat offenders, we're going to be tough on them, but we're going to take it case by case and we're going to clean this up and we're going to stop the open drug air markets and the tenderloin and blah, blah, blah. Now you're going to do it. What's her name? Tung, T-U-N-G, Chinese lady. She was running for district attorney. But she's all part of the alphabet soup group and, social justice. And, oh, man, you're all fucking crazy. San Francisco ain't getting any better. The new DA ain't going to do shit. You know who she was appointed by? London Breed, the mayor of San Francisco, who hasn't done shit. When she first became mayor, she's walking downtown and they are so fearless of authority that a guy was loading up a heroin needle right in front of her. She's the one who was at the club during lockdown saying, I don't want to do that. Because she had to go see Tony. All these mandates in the city. But she's like, I don't want to do that shit. I'm trying to party. You got to do it, but not me. You know who I am? But now all of a sudden they got the vagina brigade in there and it's going to change. I got my girls with me. We're going to fix this, me and my girls. How about you just get the best? How about you not hire them because they have a puss? How about that? How about you just hire the best people to clean up San Francisco? But they're not in the business of that. They don't want San Francisco better. Because if San Francisco is doing well, that means San Francisco has a high level of independence and they don't need the government getting involved in every single facet of society. They'll have to go away. They don't want to go away. There's no money in going away. There's no power in going away. The only thing that's good from them going away is good for us. And they're not about that. But we're supposed to believe that you're any different than the piece of shit that they ousted? That's a lie. Please, California too, but San Francisco is going to get way worse. Just wait till all the businesses leave. Wait till all the smash and grabs really take off. See ya. Then San Francisco is going to turn into the dystopian shithole that they have wet dreams about. Brendan Gerzalak, thank you for the twomp. Fauci says he's retiring after Biden's term. I'll believe it when I see it. Yeah, you damn right he's going to stick around till after Biden's term. Who else is going to let him run rampant and control the fucking country except for that senile dum-dum whose breath smells like butterscotch pudding and pills. Fucking butterscotch pudding and Centrum Silver. But San Franciscans, if you think good years, better years are on the horizon, better times, more prosperity and safety, you are wrong as two left shoes. Oh, and that's another thing. The acting district attorney, she's a woman of color. Oh, yeah. What, you thought they were going to hire a white woman? Nope. She's a woman of color, and she packed her cabinet full of women of color. Watch out. The Colored Vagina Brigade is taking over San Francisco. Just when you thought it couldn't get worse. People green, mygreengear.com. Okay, brand new designs. More on the way. I just emailed Marjorie today. Got some stuff for you too, ladies. Check it out. Working on special stuff.
For the ladies.
JerichoGreen.net. Exclusive videos once a week. $3.99 a month. A whole bunch of other fun shit for you too. What's $3.99 a month? I'll tell you what it is. Half a gallon of gas. Venmo, GreenforGreen, Cashapp, $, Jericho Green, and the number one. Super chat. See how Brendan did it for you? He laid it out perfectly. Do what he did. P.O. Box. And I'm going to the post office today to check that P.O. Box. 806 Olivehurst, California. 95961-9998. So, you want to hear some upside down, crazy ass, stupid shit that makes no sense whatsoever? None. I sifted through the bits. I could find no sense in there. It's so stupid. So, this 20-year-old kid named Sunberg, I believe. And I'm gonna say some messed up shit in here, but I don't care. So, this dude, 20 years old, I don't think there's any history between him and the victim. I don't know what's going on. I don't think they have a history, but for some reason or another, he was shooting into this woman's apartment. And she's in this apartment. See you later, Don. Appreciate you hanging out as long as you did. In this apartment was a lady and her two kids. And he's blasting into the apartment. Boom, 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 boom. There are bullet holes through her door, in her kitchen, through her bathroom mirror. And a 6-hour standoff with the police ensues. And he gets killed. So, of course, they lined up their Rubik's Cube of give a shit. White police, black victim. Boom! Perfect recipe. Let's go. So, they show up where the apartment was, where the shooting took place, and they're out there with their stupid signs, and they're doing their stupid-ass chants. And so, the woman pulls up. She has her kids in the car, and she confronts him. She starts yelling and screaming at him. Hold on a second. I have the article pulled up. Here we go. Minneapolis mom who was targeted by gunmen confronts BLM protesters. I mean, I understand you're free to protest, but is this a protest? So a Minneapolis mom who could be seen on video confronting BLM protesters gathered outside the home of a man who was fatally shot by police after a tense 6-hour standoff. The mother, Arabella Foss Yarbrough, called police last Wednesday night after her neighbor, Andrew Tekel Sundberg, allegedly fired shots in her apartment as she was cooking for her 2 young children. So they were neighbors. The gunman was eventually shot dead Thursday morning by 2 Minneapolis police snipers. A pistol with an extended magazine and several bullet casings was recovered from his apartment. And the woman, she says, this is not a George Floyd situation. George Floyd was unarmed. This is not okay, Foss Yarbrough was seen yelling at a group of protesters on Saturday. He tried to kill me in front of my kids. Uh-oh, you had one of the victims show up on site, you bastards. Photos from inside Foss Yarbrough's home show multiple bullet holes in her front door, walls, and just above her bathroom sink. How many of us are at our bathroom sink on a daily basis? Regardless of circumstances of the shooting, BLM activists, including Tahern Cruz, a lead organizer for BLM Minnesota, gathered outside the building on Saturday to demand justice for Sundberg. Demand justice for someone who shot into his neighbor's house and then got in a standoff with the cops. We're here to respect life. How come you don't respect the life of the lady who was the victim, you fucks? We're here to respect life, demand justice, and we're demanding the release of body cam footage, Cruz chanted. That's how you don't get things, by demanding. You don't demand shit, you negotiate. But when Foss Yarbrough pulled her car up to the building, she unleashed on the protesters, who included Sundberg's parents. My kids have to deal with this and probably have a mental illness now because they almost lost their lives. There's bullet holes in my kitchen because he sat in the fucking hallway watching me move. He tried to kill me in front of my kids. I have black children. I am a woman of color, Foss Yarbrough, who is of black, white, and native descent, then yelled. If I would have lost my life, would you guys do this for me? Yes, ma'am, Cruz responded. Shut the fuck up. No, you wouldn't have. You collection of clowns have never protested for a victim. The victim of one of these fucking savages who want to shoot it out with the cops. Minneapolis police said that they are working to release footage of the shooting to the public. The department said there were hundreds of hours of footage from the more than 50 officers who responded. Sundberg's family said he was having a mental health crisis at the time of the shooting. The 20-year-old shooter was adopted from Ethiopia and had many siblings. Here's where I'm going to say something fucked up. Sundberg's parents were outside the building when Foss Yarbrough confronted the protesters. They said they empathized with the neighbor. Boop, right there. Hold up. Pause. Parents. Usually these fools shot by the cops don't have parents. Number 2, it says he was adopted from Ethiopia. So what does that tell you? And the mom says, I wish I could wrap my arms around her and tell her I'm sorry. Cindy Sundberg said, I'm so sorry she had to experience that. I'm so sorry for her pain. That lets you know right there that he didn't come from some psycho-ass ghetto hood rat black mom, because they don't act like that. They don't show empathy and sympathy. They don't want to wrap their arms around them and say sorry for what their little psycho did. They don't want to do that. It's all the police. But here's how you know, even though his parents are full of shit, because they have hired Ben Crump. You talk about an ambulance chaser. You talk about a race pimp. That's him. Look at all the high profile police involved shooting, George Floyd, all of them. Who is their fucking lawyer? Ben Crump. They want to know why the police didn't help him. Because he shot into somebody's house. We cannot be concerned with your mental status when you are shooting into your neighbor's fucking house. You've shown a propensity for violence. It was a 6-hour standoff. Was he maybe pointing his gun at the cops? Because if you're not showing any signs of violence, they will sit out there for hours and talk you out, and you'll usually come out. But I wonder why the snipers felt like they needed to take the shot. Because you probably showed that you were going to kill the cops too. Now, if this kid was having a mental breakdown, that's terrible. But unfortunately, it manifested itself in him shooting into his neighbor's house. And I don't know what he did. I couldn't find anything that talks about what happened with him and the cops. Did he point his firearm at them? Did he shoot at the cops? They said they found shell casings in his house. And you hear what that woman said. She said that there are bullet holes in her kitchen because he was watching her move. He was watching her through the window, trying to shoot her as she ran around, scared out of her fucking mind, trying to wrangle her kids together and get to safety. So if he was having a mental episode, he sure was pretty damn sick. Seemed like a game to him. That shit is terrible. But it's the cops' fault they had to shoot this dude? And then you motherfuckers are outside of her house? You were outside of her house? How dare you? For him, for the monster who shot into her apartment and nearly killed her and her children. You guys are there for him? You fucking should have been on her side of the apartment protesting for her. What about her kids' lives? They got some black in them. You need to have a certain level of blackness in you for you guys to care? No, it's all about what you're doing. Black lives don't fucking matter to them. They need to change it. BLM needs to be LBM. Love Black Menaces. Because they love a black menace to society. They love a black shooter. Someone who likes to terrorize the neighborhood and shoot at the people that live around him. Rob people. Then wonder, well, why'd you shoot him, cops? Because you ran away pointing a gun at us. That's a sign of aggression, if I'm not mistaken. LBM, love black menaces. Love them. They protest for them. You totally ignore the fact that he shot into an occupied home with a woman of color and kids of color. There was a WOC and KOCs in there. They didn't give a shit. They care about the MOC, the menace of color. That's who they're there for. And you trying to talk sense into her? You stupid bastards. You try to talk sense. You guys are the ones with the fucking problem. Protesting for this monster who was playing a damn video game trying to shoot that woman in her house as she ran around scared. But it's the police you want to question. No, question his family. What kind of home you running over there when you're turning out a fucking 20-year-old psychopath who you plucked from abject poverty and despair and gave him a great life in America? Were you one of those, oh, I don't want to invade his privacy, he can close his door? Were you one of those kind of parents? I'm sorry, you have no privacy in my home. I got all the privacy. You don't come in my room. My kids already know. You knock before you come up in here. And don't ever bring nobody in my room. Your little friends, they better stay out in the hallway. You have no privacy. Were you those kind of parents? Oh, I don't want to invade his privacy. I don't want to be mad at me. Is that what happened? Where did he get the gun? He's 20. How old do you got to be to buy a handgun in Minnesota? Why don't we talk about that? Why don't you talk about these guns, these weapons of war? Because a weapon of war is anything you use to go to war with. These kids are using these handguns to go to war with. These are weapons of war. That's some sick, twisted, upside down shit to see them outside of the victim's house protesting for the criminal. That's why I titled it, All Hail the Criminal. Ron Rodriguez, thank you for the Hamilton. What is it about liberals that they can't see what's happening right in front of them? I mean the voters, not the liberals who make it happen. I don't know, man. I'm not that dumb. I don't know why they do that. I have no idea. But she's trying to tell them, you guys are out here protesting for someone that tried to kill me. You're just focusing on the police taking his life. What about the thing that kicked off the whole event? Him shooting into an occupied apartment. Fucking, these people are sick. Who can take them seriously? Who? And as you saw in the article, organizer, who's still organizing BLM? There are a whole lot of stupid fucking people in this world. A whole lot. There have got to be millions of stupid fucking people in this country. I'd say like 100 million. There's got to be a third of our population that is borderline retarded. Gotta be. Because not only is she a dumbass for being an organizer, but she got other dumbasses to follow her. That's why when people tout their degrees, if it's outside of your area of expertise, it means nothing. I'm sure there are people with degrees out there protesting. They're still fucking stupid. They're still dumbasses who have no idea how society works. That's the first thing to do. I got 2 degrees. You might as well wipe your ass with them. You might as well wrap them gently around your hand and insert them in your ass crack because that's all they're good for. You can have a degree and still be a fucking dum-dum. Odiazo, thank you very much. Or no, hold on. That's not the right one. I mean, thank you for that. Well, here, I'll read that. Back when Tommy Sotomayor tried to have actual debates in the hood, people were whipping out their genitals all day long. Ha ha ha. It was so stupid. Yeah, I remember Tommy Sotomayor. I like his content. Great points. Great points. Here it is. Whoop. Here it is. La La Duty incarnate. Makes me laugh every time. Thank you. Machete is a weapon of war used in Rwanda in the Rwanda genocide. Yeah, exactly. Weapons. We can't have these weapons of war. We must take them from you. We must take them from your stupid tax-paying hands. Spunbearing 65. I work with degreed morons. Exactly. Matt Manning, BT 1000s. Yeah, that's what he would call him. Whatever happened, EMC, I don't know whatever happened to him. Is he still on YouTube? Yeah, he would let those motherfuckers have it. You talk about some crazy ass stories. Anybody who says, oh, only white people do that, or that's some white people shit, you need to go check out some of Tommy Sotomayor's old shit. That'll take care of that. I mean, just the most gruesome, horrible stories. Usually perpetrated by women on their own children. Yeah, look at that shit. But yeah, man, that's just what? Wait a minute. You guys are outside protesting for this dude who got shot by the cops, totally turning a blind eye to why the cops are there in the first place. Perfect. That's why they're fucking children. There's a bunch of stupid, well-funded children. They don't understand shit. They just don't get it. My goodness. Motorlove 1968 says Tommy is on OnlyFans, best content on the web. Oh, thanks. That hurts. Thank you. I'm just kidding. OnlyFans, isn't that? I mean, I guess it's not all porno, but that's usually what most people use it for. But I'll see if I can find him. I used to follow Tommy back in the day. He's hilarious. Best content on the internet, huh? Motorlove 1968. No problem. But yeah, Tommy's hilarious. Oh, it's too late, Motorlove 1968. It is too late. Don't you try to be kind to me now. Your words are already out in the universe. They're in the ether, man. Oh, shit, guys. It's 97 degrees right now. It's getting warm out there. Might be time to go in there and turn on the AC. Oh, before I go, I told you I wanted to end this on a light note. So, my son, yesterday, we were going on a bike ride. My wife and I are still trying to find bikes. They're like over like $1,000, $1,200 for a damn bike. I'm like, shit. But my kids got them. So they were riding their bikes. And before we left, I go out in the garage. And my son, he has thanks, Nessa Palmer, for my box of tissue. So he has a BMX bike, but he's too big for it. He's had it for like 3 years by now. But he likes it because he's so big, he can do all this crazy shit on it. John V, my daughter, has a beach cruiser. She has a pastel yellow one with a basket on front. That's what she asked Santa for last year. But he has a little BMX bike, and then I got him a bigger one that's a mongoose. I remember I got my first mongoose. But he rides the mongoose sometimes, but he couldn't decide which one he wanted to use. So he goes, he's looking. There's one over there, one right there. And he's like, Daddy. I was like, what's up, man? He goes, I'm having some bike problems. I said, really? What's going on? He's like, well, they're both super fast, but I don't know which one to pick. And I didn't want to tell him, son, you make the bike go faster or whatever, but I just let him have it. He was like, I don't know which one, Dad. I said, well, you got to decide which bike you're going to choose. And he went with the mongoose. He went with the bigger one. I'm happy. I'm happy that he's kind of putting the little one away. He's moving on to the big one. He does like his mongoose, but sometimes he rides the BMX, and the tires. So the tires went out on it, or they need to be changed. I found Vans, like the shoes, Vans, they make bike tires. And I got him these two like orange camo tires. Man, that shit was crazy. I didn't know they made tires. It looks cool too, but he was having some bike issues, but he figured it out, guys. He figured out that he's gonna roll with the mongoose from now on, which I'm happy about. He's a big boy. But he was like, Dad, they're both super fast. I know, man. You gotta make a decision. JJ Finnegan, I had a red mongoose too. That was my first bike. My first bike was a red mongoose, 1985. I follow this dude on Instagram who has like the original bikes from back then. From the original bikes, original mongoose with the pegs on the back, all that shit. And my wife showed, she used to watch that movie Rad all the time, the BMX bike movie. They do all the tricks and shit. So he loves that movie. But yeah, man, that was my first bike, was a red mongoose. Man, I wish I could find that shit again. Red, had black tires, had one of the brakes, had hand brakes and pedal brakes. That shit was tight. And a big wheel, had a big wheel too, man. We'll never get out of here and start talking about that shit. But yeah, man, that shit was awesome. I love my son. He makes me laugh. So yeah, guys, that's it. Another live stream. We did it. I am getting my Cashaps. Motor Love 1968. I am getting them, but the only thing with Cashapp, it doesn't allow me to send a message. It just allows me to put a little emoji on there. So I want to say thank you, but all I can send is a little face or whatever. So I don't know why. Venmo, it'll let me send a message, but Cashapp is just a little emoji. But I do get them, and I thank you. Ms. Pepsi Girl, thank you. So give us a classic send-off. Liberal cries. You know what? It used to be liberal. I used to say a liberal cries, but then I would talk to someone, and it made more sense to say leftist, because liberals used to be good. Liberalism used to be a good thing. They've hijacked it and fucked it up. But leftists, those are the fringe, the psychos, the men have vaginas, women have penises group. So that's why I changed it to leftist. But thank you for that. Jessica Cantu, thank you for the super sticker. I appreciate it. Sticker's not super. You are, Jessica, with a K. Thank you to everyone for being here. Thank you for your comments, your questions, your donations, your time. Could have spent it anywhere. All the people telling me how hot it is when they where they live. You know, it's a beautiful sunshiny day, and you're here with me. Thank you very much. Yes, Obama probably does get pegged. Oh, Let me show you this funny ass picture I saw online. Sometimes the internet is a terrible place, and sometimes it is a beautiful place. And this is one of the beautiful ones. It's a picture. Speaking of Obama and pegging, and if you don't know what that is, look it up. Make sure you clear your search history after you do. But somebody posted this show. I thought it was hilarious. It's Obama shoving a hot dog in his mouth, and it says, "And that's why I married him." And that's Michelle Obama in the background. Oh, I'm gonna put that on my Instagram page. Love you sometimes, internet. But anyway, people, yeah, let me get the hell up out of here. Hang out with these crazy ass kids. My wife's taking them out of town this weekend, so I'm gonna try to maximize the hangout time with them. And to be honest with you, when your wife takes your kids out of town, if you got a husband or whatever, and they take the kids and you got the house all to yourself and you're by yourself, I know sometimes you want to come sliding in the room like Tom Cruise in Risky Business, but that feeling really, it only lasts for like 24 hours, and then you start missing them. Like, what are you guys doing when you coming home? You miss the noise and the house is all quiet and boring. So I'm gonna while out my first 24 hours, but I know I'll miss them. But anyway, speaking of my kids, I'm gonna go kick it with them and my beautiful wife. So say it with me, guys. You know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe. Hit that notification bell, because every time it rings, a piece of shit lefty cries. Utilize the Linktree link. Get your ass over to JerichoGreen.net and mygreengear.com. I am Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.